Hi, welcome back to the stream. Let me go ahead and get this switched out to our art thing. Hopefully it's not as scuffed as last time. Um, but yeah, welcome to Bandit stream. Doggy, dear dog, Duke, Duke, be quiet, please. Doggo, Roni, my boy, please be quiet. Welcome to the stream. Welcome back. I hope that everybody is having a good day. For the most part, we're gonna just be focusing on a couple commissions, which is gonna be an animation and a set of wings, and then we're gonna go and try to do a illustration for hopefully the online shop, which is still being worked on a lot because I want it to look all nice and fancy for when people actually come and look at it, because I'm not confident in my Shopee skills. So Shopify can have a lemon for later. I'm gonna move things real quick just so that I'm not hitting stuff. My fan isn't as loud today, but I myself have to be louder because things I have to be louder so that I am not as tired. Where's my spray bottle of stuff? My things are so dusty today. Okie dokie. And it's hopefully first unscuffed stream of the day. Hopefully. Bandit hopes for unscuffed streams for self and for everyone else. So yeah. That's the hope, is that, I have an unscuffed stream. Yeah, no Patreon yet, no nothing. Just Bandit, just vibes. I'm still trying to figure out how to work Streamlabs and everything, so there's that. If I'm muffled, it's the pillow. Wow, look at all that money. And they said that would be free. Okay. I need to call him and be a little more firm on that, but it's okay. Bandit art stream. Bandit streams. Bandit does her thing. Bandit'll figure it out, hopefully. Because that's what Bandit does. Jeez. Such a count. Essentially, the stream is just to hang out, relax, not really do much. Yeah. That's it. That's mostly what it is. Good God. It has been a while. Let's go ahead and just have that there. It's a pillow. And it's a little cold today. Seems like my internet went out for a little bit. I still don't know who you are. I'm just gonna block you. I think. No. I'm gonna just... Yeah. Balto is a wolf dog. Could you try drawing Jax's cleaner strip? I'm gonna be fully fair, I do not draw stuff like that, so unfortunately we're gonna just be focusing on, for today, the stuff that's already been said. So, we're gonna be focusing on some other stuff, of course. which is gonna be our wings. So this set of wings I started a long while ago and then I never finished it, so just gonna work on these ones today. Because we're hoping to get these to a point where when they're submitted, they look all nice. I'm glad that I sound fine. Was really worried that I would sound like I was in a box. Especially because it's really hard to not sound like I'm in a box. And I just don't want to sound like a box. Because if I sound like I'm in a box, then it's bad audio quality. Yeah. But I'm glad. I'm glad I don't sound like I'm in a box. No scuffage today, hopefully. That's the hope. No scuffing. No scuff stream. So, 'tis the hope. Is a no scuff stream, but I'm glad that I sound fine. And thank you for joining for however long you join. I am very lonely. Bandit is lonely, and I have two doggies who want to bark and do their thing. They want to be barky doggies, and I do not want them to be barky doggies. We had a pest control guy come earlier, and he set them off a lot, so they went absolutely ham on all that stuff. So, well, it certainly is one of those things that you don't really anticipate to happen. Just gonna go ahead and do that. Oh, that's really big. I just realized that I had this all preset for the banner. So it's like huge in comparison to what I actually need it to be. So I'm gonna just keep on like that, and hi Sai. It's kind of hard to like connect people's outside stuff, but hi. I'm very awkward to this. I'm still very new to doing all of the streaming stuff. I need to figure out how to get my presets to where is it? It's to my other place. My brain is trying to remember. Brain is not remembering. To the other computer, so that I can hopefully stream Repo and Lethal Company from there without my game and my PC crashing, and also maybe some Monster Hunter Wilds. Monster Hunter Wilds would be nice, for sure, but for now I'm like, it is what it is. Thank you, I appreciate it. Yeah, there's just a lot going on these days, you know? Trying to make content, trying to get videos finished, commissions done. The main thing for the time being that I'm trying to get done before, hopefully, fall
fallish time. The one thing that I want to get completed before fall time is my banner, because I'm hoping to have a physical booth. Yeah, a physical booth, which means that I'm gonna have to confront people, which is gonna be miserable. But I need the cash, because Bandit likes to do the eating, and Bandit wants to go out and do nice things and treat family to nice things. Overall, which I guess means that I need to work for it, and obviously there's all that. There's some hope that maybe like I get accepted into Teaser, which is a newer art platform, but that's like, it's a long shot, it's a long hope. We'll see where we go from there, but for the most part right now it's just like trying to set things out, like getting Repo in general, so purchasing Repo and then actually being able to play it and maybe making some content off of that, but who knows. Mainly because I'm just like over here, I'm unsure where I want to go with content. I'm really unsure. I've got school coming up, and I think, when is it? I think it's like in the next couple of years, but not couple of years. Jesus, that's a long time. No, in the next few months, I'm gonna be going back to college, and that's gonna be its whole own thing. So college is gonna be happening, and school's gonna be happening, and all that fun stuff, and a lot of it is just gonna be a lot of work, because I don't know what I'm gonna do from that point, to be fully fair. Because I don't even know if I want to stay in college or not. So I'll figure that out as I go, because there's that. We also have like a whole project, and there's a lot of stuff that goes into just life in general, adulting. I'm also looking with help. Before anybody says, "Oh, don't do this," it's with help. I'm looking into hopefully getting my own home, so that I have a nicer looking kitchen. I know that not a lot of people think about it, but it's like I have to clean my kitchen every time I want to record, because it's such a small amount of space. Maybe I'll do a kitchen tour one day, but it's so small, and so it's itty bitty. It's an itty bitty space, so I'm transferring between like two spots, a little smaller. So like the way that my current setup is it's like I've got, so like we'll make this square box, and this is technically my kitchen, and my kitchen's really, really small. Like, it's itty bitty. So I have this itty bitty kitchen, and it fits less than 2 people in it. So it's like I've got my, so like this is how it looks. It's like it's very small. So it's like, here's my stove, and then this is like the counter, and it's like a bar. This is like the bar side, and then there's like a sink in between all that. So here's the sink, and then you have the dishwasher underneath, and then above it is like more counter space, and then you've got your cupboards, and then you have more cupboarage, and then we have like, I believe it's like right across the sink is our fridge, and actually you don't really, and then you have more cupboard. So like you have space, but overall you don't have a lot of space to like record or anything, because it's like, for the most part, I usually set my camera like right about right here, and then it's on a tripod, so I can't really put it anywhere too near. And so usually I end up like putting it between like here and here, and that's how I record. And it would be really nice to just have it be like one counter space, which is what we've been looking at. And again, I am getting help with looking for a home, so that hopefully when or if the time comes, because we're hoping like it's in the next couple of years, I'll be able to, you know, do something a little nicer, have my own like separated stove that I can record on and everything. We're looking into a place that we can do what's called a build up, and that in and of itself is gonna be its own endeavor. And maybe one day we'll do like a house tour or something, if I wouldn't say if I move out, but like when I move out, because I'm like saying if means like, oh, if we go and do this, it's a when. And of course, I'm hoping that when I'll have maybe more subscribers, more people to watch me, because I don't feel that interesting. But maybe I am, and maybe I'm not. People say I am, and it feels very I don't know. Maybe I'm discouraging to myself. But for the most part, a lot of it is just trying to get everything together, especially mostly just finances, because we have a lot going on currently. Like, I think like the largest expense that I'm currently hosting is pest control, and that's because I have a deathly fear of spiders. Well, not like a deadly fear of spiders. I just am like really, really scared of them. Even the itty bitty ones, because for some godforsaken, and it's also the reason why I'll never visit Australia, even though my favorite content creators there. But for the most part, it's just because I can't handle 8-legged creatures that stare at me. They are scary creatures. Scary creatures, scary peoples. Yeah. So for the most part, just trying to figure out stuff. Hopefully we're able to move next year. That's the goal, because then I'd have my own space. And also I'd be able to like have my own office. Because right now my office space is quite literally my room, and so I am literally 2 feet away from my bed, which is really tempting to just jump in and sleep all day and not do anything, which is really bad. And also I share my house, so it's not the most ideal. I mean, I don't mind it, I just don't love it. So I think that's like something to work on too, is just the housing and everything. But it will be nice. That's the hope, that's the plan. We cross our fingers and say, yeah, everything will be okay. In the long run, for the most part. But, you know, that's housing. That's housing situations. Gonna have some water. I gotta talk for like 3 hours, almost. It's only midnight. Well, I don't have to talk for 3 hours because I'm alone. In my room with my sanity. I'm hoping to also change up my Switch. Not my Switch. My stream. Oh, and there goes the doggies. If you can hear them, I have 2 doggies. And it sounds like there is the return of my family. Le Familia. Thank you very much for the wish, the luck, the good luck wishes. Yeah, I hope the best. I hope the greatest. Especially for like what I want to do in the future, which I really do appreciate. So, I appreciate the luck wishes and everything. And I just, yeah, that's how it is. Hopefully this stream just becomes like something where the people can put on and, I don't know, listen to me rant about something. Maybe I should do like a scary stream. Like a stream that's like, oh, we're gonna do this, and then we stream it, but who knows. I need to set up my online shop and everything too, so that I can get that done. So much I'm delaying and so much I'm doing, and yet very little at the same time. Feels like that. Oh, my doggies. Duke! You can, oh my god. They're absolutely going nuts out there. I can't. I don't know what they're barking at. I genuinely don't. They're barking at who knows what. Doing doggy barks. Lots of bark, lots of scuff. He's barking. He's doing his barking. But now that that's out, I guess, yeah, since now that that topic's out of the way, because, yeah, New Space is not exactly, it's not going to be instant or anything. I think, like, for the most part, I need to just focus on building up my online shop, and my presence online, because that's going to be something that I need to do and focus on. Yeah, I am taking commissions and everything. The problem is it's just a lot of work that needs to go into it. I want a platform that I can eventually just host stuff on, because I'm hemorrhaging money in some areas, and I'm also hoping to get my acceptance for some conventions this year, so that when I go and actually do these things, I'm not just like absolutely dying. But at the same time, I'm noticing a lot of scoofage, in the senses in terms of internet, which is not good. So hopefully that's like something that also fixes itself, is like when I move out finally, is I can finally get good internet, like a solid internet connection, because good God, it has been so hard to have a good internet connection, because I live in if you've ever heard people reference it, it's called a dead zone, and I live in one of these dead zones, which means I can't get like any of those like cool satellite ones, because it's not available. Also, I just realized, hold up. Strange. Oh, did I fill it? Oh, I did. I filled it. Okay. So, I need to make another layer and then fill it. There. I didn't realize I had filled it with the other stuff. My God, that's hilarious. I filled it. That's so bad. Good God, I didn't realize I had filled it, and so that's probably the reason why it looks so bad. Not bad, but like it it doesn't look as good as it could be, for sure. I believe the person I'm making this for, it's supposed to be red, rojo, and aka in Japanese. So it's rojo in Spanish, aka in Japanese, and something else. Who knows? I have to remember a lot of languages. Not because people are like, oh, you have to focus on one thing. It's more because of what is it? It's more because I want to. I'm trying to learn a lot of languages, which in and of itself lends to a lot of, oh, you're doing a lot of stuff all at the same time, and wow, that's a lot of work. It is a lot of work because no one expects it. I think, like, it is what it is. El Zorro Rojo was a fun orchestral piece that I got to play. Oh, that's cool! I did not play an orchestra. I used to play, so back when I was a itty bitty bandit, I used to play the flute. I played for, I think, like 2 years, and then I left. Mainly because my flute and just the general consensus of playing an instrument was difficult in and of its own right. So, in all speaking, it wasn't something that, like, I hated. I just... Oh, you didn't play an orchestra. You didn't play it was an orchestral piece that was inscribed to a simple high school band. Okay, so it was something... I mean, that kind of makes sense. In some senses. I think everyone has had to play at least once in an orchestral band. Jeez, I am scuffing myself. Yeah, I remember doing a lot of high school stuff. My God, it's been so long. High school it's been such a long time since I talked about high school stuff, because I haven't been in high school for, like, I think, like, a few years. But also, like, I think those were, like, some of the funner years. For me, high school was very much, it was more focused on... My high school experience was more focused on the culinary arts, and that was because I wanted to finish my culinary arts degree. Well, not my culinary arts degree, but I mostly wanted to just finish up culinary arts in general and learn a lot more. It was really fun. It was also, like, really stressful because it was like you had to learn all these things. It was a great experience, though. That's really cool. I like band. Even if it's dumb. I think it's very cool. So, definitely something, I think that's, like, something I would get back into, just as much as I would want to get back into, martial arts, but I think I'd have to find my flute first, or find my old materials, find my old stuff, tell myself, look at all this stuff, and then actually do it, because, good God, I never went into high school and did it. I think it was just... Yeah, it was just middle school. That was the only time I played. And, geez, I was not a happy kid back then. Geez. We talk about that at another date. And, yeah. For the most part, though, that's, like, really cool. Like, it's a fun piece to play, from what I've heard. I never got to play it. I got to play homemade songs from my band teacher because he wanted to be a composer, and so all we got to play was interesting band pieces. I don't think he'll ever find this. I don't think he remembers me, but I remember him. So, if he does, hi. I still have both of my flutes. Oh, cool. I have mine. It's just stuck in storage somewhere. It's, like, stuck in the abyss of storage. So, I have mine. It's definitely not dead. But that's really cool that you have both your flutes. Do you just keep them, like, in your room? I don't know. I don't know where people store their flutes. I have my flute somewhere in the world sitting, waiting for me to get it back, and I feel so bad. This poor flute has gone through so much. Actually, the flute that I feel... So, the person's flute who I feel the worst for is my father's. Because dear old daddy owned a flute, and he kept the flute in its flute case, and it's a really nice flute. And only now do I realize this. But his flute was a really, really nice flute. He used to play it a lot. And me and my brothers, being the dumb kids we are, we broke it. If I remember, we broke it, and we damaged that poor thing to oblivion. And I felt I feel miserable about it now, because it's like, can you imagine damage? Like, you don't realize the amount of worth or values in it until after it's damaged and destroyed, and it's just like, oh god, it broken. It is broken. Oh, it's a diamond hard. It's broken. Quirk is dead. Oh, sorrows. Sorrows. Well, I mean, the memories are there though, right? I think mine... I don't remember. Mine... So the thing is, I don't know the brand of mine, because my dad got it off of, I think, like, Amazon for, like, really cheap. It wasn't, like, a super cheap flute. Wipe it out and everything. But I'm like, I don't think I cared for it as well as I could have. For sure. Because I'm like, I think, like, the one thing that I definitely did do and neglected it on was, its own, what's the way to state it? It was neglected in general. Not on purpose. It definitely wasn't, like, an on-purpose thing. I wasn't, like, you know, on-purposefully destroying this flute. Jeez, but I think I took better care of, like, my chef's knives than I did my flute. Which I kind of feel bad about. I feel bad about it now, but back then I did not have feelings for this flute. Like, this flute was more of a... It was more of, one of those things that I definitely needed to care for better. Yeah, that's for sure. Goodness, I think, like, culinary arts was more my thing back in the ye old days. It still is my thing. I just don't do it as frequently because it's like art is very difficult to work around. Oh, I see. Your Artesian series, Gaiman. That's an Hold on, I'm gonna look it up now because I'm curious. I'm very curious. Artesian series. Artesian series. KitchenAid mixer is what showed up. As I put that in. If I remember, Diamond Hard is pretty expensive, but I'm not sure. Let me look. Yep. Diamond Heart. Still, yep. That's an expensive flute for a student flute. Like, not as expensive, like, as everyone thinks it is, but it's still gold-plated. Jesus Christ, man. Parents rich over there. Good God. My dad literally just bought me something off of Amazon, handed it to me, and was like, there you go. He made a promise to me if I ever reached, like, first chair, which I never did, that he would get me a better flute. I never reached first chair. I did not have that. I did not have the motivation for a first chair student. I think my dad was hopeful, but I personally, I was not that. But that sounds like it looks like a really nice flute. I looked it up, and by God, it looks really good. So I'm like, it's nice. I wish I had something like that, but at the same time, it might be better that I didn't. Because, I mean, for the most part, you don't know what you're going to do with it in the future. And personally, had I probably done anything with it, it might have been definitely not. I probably would have sold it if I had any idea of what to do with it, for sure. That's just a piece of garbage. It plays kind of. Sounds awful. Honestly, I feel like that's like, after like a long time, I'm pretty sure it sounds like really bad. Got it from eBay. I feel like the flutes that you get like from eBay or something are like gonna be like the best flutes that you'll ever touch. They're just like out of nowhere, really good. But that's funny. That's really, really funny. I'm gonna take out. I don't have a napkin. I want to eat these cookies. Beginner flute. Oh, so you're getting back into it? Standard key set. I'm glad it sounds good. You should show me at some point. And then I can be like, look at my friend who has lots of cool stuff. And really cool flute. Because I think that would be cool. It would be very cool to have somebody who plays the flute still. But I don't think, like, who knows? Who knows? Maybe I'll get back into it. Practice just for the sanity and sake of it. Ooh, that would be really cool. That would be really, really cool. I'd love to see it. Yeah. I know this was after I graduated, I think. It was a year or two after. I remember my school went to the Rose Bowl, if you know what that is. And we were hyped for that celebration. That was some good shit. Yeah. Trying to make these look like techie. I don't feel they look super techie. I need to get, I think, a reference photo of just the thing. You know, one day I'm gonna scare the hell out of myself. Cause there's like this fuzzy, it's like a fuzzy like cord thingy, so that like when I touch it, it's not like super jarring. But the thing is, now that I'm thinking of spiders, it kind of feels like a spider, and I almost like jumped out of my fucking out of my chair. Which by the way is miserable. I do not like spiders, and It's also the reason why I pay for spider services, because I do not like spiders. Spiders are scary. Let's see here. I needed a motherboard pattern. Because I want it to look like there's a motherboard inside of these wings. And have it looking a little bit better than that. Maybe I should just do it without, but I want to do the extra work. Just... have it look nice. Let's see. It's nonsensical, yet not. But please do send me a photo of that flute. I would love this. Okay, so my internet is acting weird, so if I have skips in it, which I know I will, we know why. I'm gonna see what it'll look like with a soft light. Overlay. Overlay looks kind of cool. It's not like my favorite. Let's see here. Cool, but not what I wanted. Maybe if we turn down the opacity a little bit. I'm not sure if I like that. I'm not quite sure. I do and I don't. I do like it, and I don't like it. Maybe that's because I'm kind of impartial to both patterns. So maybe. Who knows? I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling it. Just not... I like the old pattern, but I also like the new pattern. Maybe it's because I'm impartial to that there's that feeling there. Maybe if I do... Because again, these all end in holes and stuff. I don't like it. I know I'm genuinely not enjoying it. I think I'm just gonna change it. Because this client's giving like a lot of freedom with it. So I think I'm gonna do originally what I was planning on doing. Which is, I was planning on making them look technical, but like it's also like they have like runes in the wings to make them work, because it's like, oh, how do these wings like, you know, stabilize themselves and all this other stuff. So I'm thinking I'm gonna just make it so that their wings have runes on them instead, like nonsensical, obviously. But I think it would be really cool to have it like that, because then it's like, oh, it's a little more alien. Not like super involved alien, but it's like, it's not hyper believable. Right? Hyper believable. It's believable to an extent. So it's like, we're just gonna get in our stuff. And I kind of like how it looks. I know it's a little crooked on some stuff, but it's okay. I want so badly to scrub my face. My face feels very oily. So let's see here. I want these to look like they have some structure to them. Not like a whole lot, but some. So maybe we can do this for rigidness because they kind of look like crystals. I just realized they look like down arrows. But I'm not gonna care about that right now. And just go ahead, do these like little groups of crystal clusters. I'm gonna skip this song. It makes me feel like sad. Not really sad, but just it makes me feel like, I don't know. It's like one of those things where it's like, goodbye, Senora. And it feels very lonely. Is that weird? Doesn't feel weird to me, but I'm like, I just don't like, you know, having to compete with that. For a long time especially. Let's see here. I need to start animating little shorts. Animating little itty bitty shorts and stuff. So that I can have things in order. Maybe only having it at the top will be good. I kind of like it, I kind of don't. We'll see. And then I need to do the metal part. And so we're gonna go ahead. So obviously we have a chassis area. Underneath. And then we have obviously these. So we're gonna go ahead. Blend it out just enough so that we can keep that hard line going. Mostly I want to keep the hard edge on the inside so that it looks like it's like above everything. I do not need a thing this big. I got everything I've ever known. People wanna tell me what I know. Everything is my own. So we're gonna go ahead and add a couple deeper shadows down here. I'm trying not to touch the wings because the wings themselves are their own, and I also put these all on the same level, so I just don't want them blending into each other. So we're gonna just go ahead and then we're gonna blend out. it in. And then I need shadows from the bottom. Shadows from surrounding. And I, for the most part, want to keep those the same. Because that's for sure going to be there. And then we're going to go ahead. Wow. Wow, these are really nice flutes. Very pretty. These are very nice. Very pretty. I'm like, they do have their wear and tear, but for the most part, like, these are very pretty. They have their love. They have them worn on. And I personally do not feel yeah. Black felt is new working. They're a bit dirty because I haven't cleaned them in a while. I mean, that's kind of makes sense. Having not cleaned them in a while, it makes sense. I mean, it's not bad per se. I don't think that's bad in any form or manner. So I think like these both they're very pretty flutes. In my personal opinion, these are very nice flutes. I might be biased here, but that's because I'm over here like, I have no flute to show. They're very pretty. I think they are well loved. And I'm glad they've received a lot of love. Glory flute for college. Oh, cool. Yeah, I never pursued anything musical in college. But hey, it's art. I mean, it's very understandable. A non-working flute isn't exactly going to be making noise or anything. So, for sure. Wow. Alright. I think I'm done messing around with the chassis. We're also getting towards the end of our hour with this piece in and of itself. So far, I think I'm liking where it's going, which is a good thing. I'm gonna go ahead and start working on some shadows for like the last couple of minutes, and then I'm gonna get ready to pull up the next one. I fixed almost every damn instrument in that school. Honestly, it felt a lot, my boy. I can't say that for myself because I repaired my own stuff, but I feel you. Repairing everything sucks. I was that for my culinary class, so this is not to dismiss you or anything. This is just saying, like, I understand where you're coming from. I feel like that came off like an asshole's kind of thing. It's like, oh yes, I know everything. No, it's like, no, I get it. I am trying my best to connect, so yeah. I should have a list. You know what I should do is I should have a list that I bring around with me that says appropriately human reactions to bring with me around places. And then whenever anybody's like, you're not reacting correctly, I'll pull out this list and I'll react how this list requires. So like if it's like I'm supposed to be shocked to the situation, I'll act like super shocked or something. I think because I feel like I miss a lot of social cues. So I think like if it's something, I think that might help. Maybe. We'll see. I feel like that might scare people more than it'll help me. Maybe. Who knows? Happy, smile, and laugh. Yeah. Just laugh. Out of nowhere. Just be like, haha. That would be very scary, but who knows? Do that at midnight. Come Jack in the Crack and be like, hello, I would like your stuff, and then just start laughing until you go to the drive-thru, and then you'd be like, what laughing? Make them feel insane. Sad I don't fucking know. Who knows? Like, I will take the suggestions though. Sad. Okay, I'm gonna finish this shout out, and then I think I'm gonna pause there for that, and then I'm gonna eat a cookie because cookies are delicious. And my uncle and I made midnight cookies, so midnight cookies. Midnight cookies are great. So we're gonna go ahead, multiply, and we're gonna just lighten it up a lot. A little more dark. So far, that's where we're ending for this one. Not a whole lot here to work on. Not bad though. Yeah. Alright. It is time for a cookie. It's time for a cookie break. Bandit wants a cookie and milk. So, we are going to... This Bandit doesn't know which one's the... Nope, that's not what I wanted. Stop. This is not it. Jesus Christ. All I wanted was my Be Right Back screen. Can't even see them. Jesus. There. Is it frozen? I have no clue. Good God. I'm gonna turn it off. Turn it back on. I think it's frozen. Am I frozen? I might be frozen. We're gonna be right back, folks. And I'm gonna give myself a cookie. 5-minute cookie break. Enjoy the vibes. Enjoy the stuffs. I'm gonna be back after I get myself a cookie. Cookie day. Cookie. Alright, we're back, peoples. And I have my cookie and milk, because I can't have cookies without milk. Today's baked good is a toffee cookie with chocolate chips of two kinds. We have our lovely dark chocolate Ghirardelli chips, which we crushed 260% Ghirardelli squares for. And we have Heath Bar chips in here, and of course some delicious Hershey's milk chocolate chips. It's delicious. Hot. It's very hot. It's like right in the takoyaki, which is ow. But it is delicious. I would just like to tell you that it is indeed very nummy and very tasty. Let's go ahead and make ourselves a sticker. And this one's gonna be a sticker illustration. Cookies. Cookies and cold milk. The greatest thing to have been invented since sliced bread. Fun fact, I believe it was like in World War II that sliced bread was actually going to be restricted. And there was like a huge, like, it was like a really big point of conflict. And so they ended up bringing back sliced bread because so many housewives liked it. It's just like, it was very convenient. So, little fun fact for the day about food. But I have to check that myself. So, there's that. Let's go ahead and make the rim of the bowl. Good old classic dish of I desire to eat some yummy ramen. Yeah. Again, there's still the hope that I'll open up the online store soon. But who knows? I'm like, online stores are very expensive to handle and manage. I'm buying that does not have an active thing. Though I do need to start, what is it? Posting more cooking videos. You know what I need though? A blender. I'm just kidding, I don't need a blender. A bigger counter though would be a worthwhile investment. Good cookie. It's like nice and buttery and crispy. Your OBS. Stop. Thank you for the likes. I appreciate it. Let's go ahead and get a ramen bowl formed here. These ramen bowls are a little easier to make. I won't say they're not impossible to, like, you know, not draw. Or, like, it's not what I was wanting to say. I mean, like, get stumped on. But today I'm just feeling very, like, ramen bowl-y. Delicious, tasty ramen. Let's see here. Let's have chicken slices. This will be your delicious traditional ramen. Put in a few pieces in there because chicken chasu is a thing. Have your noodles. And then let's do our sheets of ramen. Not ramen, nori. Nori is delicious. And then let's go ahead and put in our noodles. And actually we're going to extend out those noodles because we want the noodles cushioning, obviously. So, chasu pieces, our noodles. I think we should put a set of choppy sticks. Right. Yeah. I think what would be better is if we put a soup spoon, because I think maybe just the ramen bowl will be enough. More cookie. I'm just eating one cookie over time. I have like 5, but that's a lot of cookie. So, chasu nori. I think we should add in. Yeah, it's soup. I'm gonna add in a pile of, I think, green onions. Because green onions are tasty, and usually they come with a pile of delicious green onions in the center. So yeah, let's do green onions. So green onions in the center. Also, hi Sam. Welcome to the stream. It has been a moment since I have seen you here, so. How's your day going? I hope it's well. So we're gonna go ahead, put a pile of delightful, yummy looking green onions. Green onions! A small pile of green onion. Green onionage. I love green onions. Just not in my ramen. That sounds weird, but I do not. Mainly because it's just too much green onion for me. Lots of green onions. More green onionage. Green onions, green onions. Let's see. So the way that I've learned how to draw green or like piles of things is you draw the outline first. Busy as always, mainly working, wanted to check on my wish you luck. I appreciate it. I really do, Sam. I wish you good luck with the work, honestly. I really appreciate you checking in. It's always appreciated. Yeah. I hope you have a good day at work. I would send you a cookie, but I have no way to send cookies over the mail, and I think that wouldn't really last unless I had freeze-dried ice packs. Cookies. But thank you. A pile of green onions. What else should we add? Typically the same shit, different day. I mean, yeah, but I can still wish you luck with work, because work's work. And even if it does suck, it's like, you know, I'm hoping that it gets better over time. It might not be the best, but you know, there's still a hope to be helpful here. Even if I give people a little break. I just realized that this cookie that I microwaved is a little crunchy. And like, that I can kind of agree. It does kind of suck. Of work. See, I need to figure out my internet situation, because it's like, you're connected. Now you're no longer connected. And it's kind of just like, so am I connected or am I not? Technically, I'd be making a rooster right now, but I'm not really in the matter of caring, because I don't want to do too much. So we're going to give him a little puffy cheek. And they're going to be a little fluffy chicken. And then we're gonna go ahead and give them their wings. Give them an itty bitty little bit of a wingtip. And then we're going to give him a beak. I will not feel bad for this. For the most part, chickens, because the thing is, it's a chicken next to chicken ramen. But I don't feel bad for it because chickens will eat their own eggs. I feel like it's commonly well known that chickens will eat their own eggs and eat their own, like, they'll peck each other to death and they'll eat each other if they also require. Because, you know, chickens are technically opportunistic meat eaters. So if there is an opportunity to eat meat, they will eat meat. And so it's a very interesting thing that chickens do, and I find it interesting. I need to see if they have crowns. Do chickens have crowns? I don't think they do. They do. It's a smaller version of a rooster comb. So, I'm just gonna go ahead. Thank you, Sam. I hope you have a good rest of your day at work. And, I wish you the best. We might end up ending the stream early. We'll see. Because I am running out of fuel in this gas tank, personally. To talk. Which is weird, but it is what it is. I mean, I am just getting back into streaming again, so who knows? I'm still working on it very slowly. I feel his beak looks a little bit weird. A little bit more like that. Give him a little bit more featherage. Alright. And then we're gonna go ahead and merge that down. Yeah, I think that looks good. Looks like a packaging thing, where it's like Shin Ramen or something like that. That's not smart. I served a whole cookie in my mouth. And you're welcome. Crunchy. Since these are chicken breast, I'm not really gonna add very much of a crust to them because it's chicken chassis. Oh, you know what I could add? An egg. Let's add an egg. Can't have ramen without an egg. I think this is going to be the last topping in here, because we're already hitting like the max amount of toppings that I can fit in this drawing. And then we're gonna go ahead. And then we're gonna go ahead and do this. Nice little thing. Okay, I think for the most part, we have a pretty solid bowl of ramen. Let's see. What else would I want to add? I feel maybe some patterns might be good. Because I feel like maybe it'll get like a special bowl or something. Because it's like, it's chicken ramen. You know, I wonder if you can make a bowl of ramen in Stardew Valley. Wouldn't that be fun? Just a bowl of ramen. Classic style bowl. They are working. I'm gonna put a white background because that's gonna be our cut line. And then I'm gonna go ahead. Let's go ahead and select both. I want this a little more centered. And then you deselect. Select again, invert. So let's go ahead and do a black bowl. Let's do like that, and then put in our accents. Let's come and erase this. Go ahead and add in our red accents. go on the inside as well. Just gonna go ahead. Stretch a little bit, and now back to work. So we're gonna go ahead. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and do our noodles. Let's go for a paler tan. So we're gonna just go ahead and give it a test shot. Not all of our noodles are gonna be out of the broth, but for the ones we want to show, actually, none of the noodles will be out of most noodles aren't out of their broth entirely, mostly just the show noodles. But I think for now we're gonna just do these as noodles to go on top. We're gonna put in our delicious green onion, because can't have ramen noodles without green onion unless you're me and you're picky as shit. Because green noodles are green noodles. Green noodles. No, they're green onions. And I do like green onions. They're tasty, like they're great in fried rice, but I'm not a giant fan of them inside of my... I'm not a huge fan of them inside of my ramen. Something about them being like just... I like the ramen. I want my ramen, not the onion. Just like a delicious bowl of ramen. And then we're gonna do obviously our chicken breasts. Gonna put them a little bit more towards like pinky kind of look, because obviously they've been soaked with seasonings. They're not looking very tasty right now, but I promise they'll look a lot better once we get everything else inside. Turn it down, bring the broth down. We're gonna have ourselves a shoyu broth over here. There's not many places that show off the shoyu broth, which is why I'm actually gonna have some of our noodles also have shoyu broth over them, because I feel that is only fair to show off that this is a very well developed broth and it's gonna look good. Hopefully, that is the cross our fingers. Just want some brothy broth here. Look at how nice and delicious it looks. Then let's go ahead and get ourselves our egg. A surprising thing is eggs are slightly yellow once you cook them. So usually, like when people are like, "Oh, they're not that yellow." No, they're yellow, all right. And we're gonna do a little bit more of an orangey yolk that's more brown. I'm gonna go ahead, turn that down a little bit, give it nice orange color, and then let's go ahead and add our 2 sheets of nori. For right now, that's a pretty solid looking bowl of ramen. It's not like the tastiest looking thing, like dear God, but it looks pretty good. It looks pretty tasty. So now we need to get to the difficult parts. Coloring this chicken. So we're gonna give Henrietta here a little tan brown look. Give her that nice cheekiny look. Let's see here. It's kind of hard to tell when you're doing all this work, but let's go ahead and give her some orangey eyes and beak. So beak needs to be a little more golden red. A little more red. There we go. And then for the eyes, most eyes of the chickens are black. So we're just gonna make them black. Nothing too big. And finally, the crown. Make it a little fleshy colored. Boop. And make that a little bit more red. There we go. It's not a huge contrast, but it's better than what it was before. Alright. It is currently 5:04 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Currently we are supposed to go until, I believe, 6 p.m. However, I am feeling particularly tired and exhausted. So for this, I'm going to have to say that I think we're going to end an hour early, which is not particularly my favorite thing to do, but I'm also just really, really tired. So I think that's where we're going to end, is with our ramen sticker fully colored and fully finished, at least for the time being, until I add some shading and everything. Again, hopefully we can do more. Tomorrow is TOV. We will see how that goes, just because there is a lot going on. I have a lot going on. And of course, Sunday, if you desire to join us again for another art stream, we're having that from, I believe, 3 to 6 as well, Mountain Standard. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I really appreciate all of the stuff that you guys are doing with me. And I will see you guys in the next stream. I hope that this broadcast didn't do too bad. And it wasn't a scuffed, but we'll see. Alright.